5 items to visit with you about this evening. Let's start with sales and use taxes, an update on those. Even though October has been our best month for sales tax based on the last 8-year average, this October resulted in our best month of collections ever. We were almost 7.5% above a year ago in October. And so now for the first 4 months of this current fiscal year, we're up about 5.8%. That compares to we were up about 5.2% a month ago. So things are moving in the right direction. Use tax revenue reflects the best month of the current fiscal year, but actually we increased just a little over 2% from last October. For the year, our use tax collections are up about 28%, but we were basically down from 32% from a month ago. And the use tax increases will continue, but I think we need to realize it'll be a much slower pace in the future because there are fewer of the big collectors of use tax being added. So as a result, those collections they'll still increase, but they'll get slower. The sales and use taxes both are well above the budget projections for the year. We budgeted a 2% growth for sales tax and a 5% growth for use tax. And through the first 4 months of the year, we're up about 9.6% in combined revenue. That compares to a figure of about 10.9% where we were about a month ago. So good news on both of those fronts. The second item is an update on the city and the Edmond Public Schools Tennis Center. We've seen construction progress improve significantly in the last several months once we got away from the wet spring. Framing activities continue for the clubhouse and also portions of the roofing. The underground electric is being installed to the outdoor courts, and asphalt is being installed in the fire lane as well. The city is responsible for the access entrance at 15th and State Street, and this portion or that portion of the project is now underway as well. Our tennis sports partner, which is Edmond Tennis Service, which is David and Lisa Minahan, has been working with our Parks and Recreation Director, Craig Dishman, in reviewing furnishings and equipment that would be needed for the new facility. Key Construction is the general contractor for the project. The $16.5 million complex will include 6 indoor courts, 24 outdoor courts, and also a clubhouse and locker room facility. The city's share of $6.75 million is allocated from the 2017 repurposed capital improvement sales tax. The city also purchased, if you recall, the additional land that was needed for this project, and that cost was an additional $2.5 million. The start date for this project was February 1st of this year. The original completion date was identified as April 3rd of 2020. The substantial completion date is now April 29th of next year. The third area is I-35 frontage trails, Mercy at 15th and Fox Lake to the Spring Creek Trail. And it does involve creating a trail connection from Fox Lake Lane to Spring Creek Trail on the west side of the interstate. This is an ODOT project, and CGC is the general contractor. Right now, the contractor is waiting to receive new grade elevations due to a sanitary sewer line that is about now 6 inches above the finished surface of the existing trail. So while the new elevations are being determined, the contractors moved to 15th Street, the other section of this frontage road trail. That linkage starts at 15th Street and connects with improvements at the Mercy Hospital complex along the frontage road. The project is scheduled for completion next spring. The total estimated project cost is about $550,000, with ODOT helping with that for $70,000 in funding, and the other $480,000 is the city's responsibility, and it comes from the park tax. The fourth area is downtown lighting, ITS, and ADA improvements. These improvements will take place on Broadway from First Street to Ayers, as well as on First Street, and on Main Street from Broadway to the alleys east and west of Broadway. A total of 82 new decorative street lights will replace the existing sidewalk lights. The new lights will have outlets installed at the base of those poles to be used for special events, and the existing bollards in that area will also have new outlets installed as well. One feature of the new lights is that the intensity of the lighting can be changed based upon the particular event involved. Good little picture here of what one thing that it will look like. So to avoid multiple disruptions during the construction in the downtown area, the new street lighting will be installed at the same time as traffic signal changes within the Intelligent Traffic System, or ITS, and ADA compliance improvements that are scheduled in that area as well. The design plans are now 90% complete, and that project will begin construction after the holiday season to avoid disruptions to the downtown area during the holiday season. There's a smaller secondary project that will be bid separately, and that involves lighting improvements for the underpass on Edmond Road, and also colorful lighting added to the structure in the Festival Marketplace. The total cost of all of these combined projects is around $3 million, and the funding comes from the 2017 repurposed capital improvement sales tax. And the fifth item is an update on traffic signals and turn lanes for the exit and entrance ramps at I-35 and Covell. The project plans are under design. Our people have also met with ODOT to discuss what their requirements might be, and also to check to see if there might be any possible funding assistance for this project. The plans will be completed when we receive that information back from ODOT. You might recall that it became necessary to accelerate the time frame for this project because of significant increases in traffic volume because of the major new activities in the area. That resulted in the city having to fund the initial entire cost of this, which is estimated at $3 million, and that money has been allocated in the 2000 capital improvement sales tax.